What's going on, everyone? We are live and direct. This is your boy right here, MMA Reloaded. You know what time it is. You know where we are, man. Wherever you are, thank you for joining me. And thank you for tuning in to episode 18 of MMA Reloaded on the mic. So, folks, tonight, folks, I'll be joined by Tyler Diamond. Now, for those who don't know who Tyler Diamond is, For those who don't know who Tyler Diamond is, let me just explain it. So Tyler Diamond, folks, many fans who are hardcore mixed martial arts fans will have seen him and have heard of him on the scene. But he was also on the Ultimate Fighter, folks, undefeated season, where he came in 10-0, and perhaps a perennial favorite in that season, along with Brad Katona and Bryce Mitchell. But folks, he is now currently at PFL, Professional Fighters League, of course, PFL making waves in the 2021 season with a lot of new signings, and Tyler Diamond being one of them in the featherweight division. In the featherweight division, my bad. So Tyler Diamond, folks, returned to mixed martial arts after 2 years, or nearly almost 2 years. We'll call it a year. Yeah, we'll call it less than a year off, folks. So his last fight was in October 2019. He returned at PFL 1 to kick off the 2021 regular season and defeated Korean standout Jo Sung Bin in a very smart, a very calculated performance where he weathered Joe's storm and he weathered Joe's power to utilize his intelligence practically, and he utilized what brought him to the dance, folks, in his wrestling. So Tyler Diamond, folks, is also a product of Team Alpha Male. We'll talk about all that and a lot more, folks. You know how we do business, man. Always unfiltered, never scripted, always on point, never off point. You know what I'm saying? So, folks, Tyler Diamond will join us in the next 20 minutes. So, before that, folks, I want to talk about Saturday night. So, Saturday night for combat sports fans, not only fans of mixed martial arts, but fans of professional boxing, will be tuned into a great night of fights. Main evented by Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker, two of the best heavyweights in the world. Of course, Joseph Parker, former champion, and Derek Chisora also, folks. So Derek Chisora, folks, and Joseph Parker will go one-on-one for the WBO Intercontinental Heavyweight Championship of the world. So, folks, the prestige that comes with those belts, especially a heavyweight, proves that you are one of the baddest motherfuckers to step in a boxing ring. So Derek Chisora and Joseph Parker, two greats, folks, in the boxing heavyweight division, will go one-on-one. And also, folks, check the shirt. Check the shirt. Check that shirt. Chris Eubank Jr., folks, will return to the cage. Will return to the ring. Sorry. Will return to the ring, folks. And he is also the interim middleweight champion. Is Chris Eubanks, next generation. He's got the lineage, he's got the talent, he's got that potential, he's got everything you want as a fighter to be successful. You know, folks, just as charismatic as his dad, he's got that skill, he's got that power, and folks, as his career has gone on, you can tell his maturity as well has improved, tenfold. And so, folks, I'm looking forward to Chris Eubank Jr. He faces Marcus Morrison, a very, very talented young guy. Guy who also is a very mature fighter. He's kind of a lot more mature beyond his years. So it's going to be a great fight, folks. A regional clash. It's going to be a great fight, no doubt about that. So aside from the squared circle, where the boxing takes place, we will go to the UFC Octagon, where the UFC take another trip to Vegas inside the Apex Center for the 25th time. So it'll be UFC Vegas 25, headline, folks, by Yuri Prohaska versus Dominic Reyes. Now, Yuri Prohaska, folks, made as big a splash in the UFC in his debut as anybody I've probably ever seen before. You know, considering the dominance that Volkan Ozdemir was on at the time, and I think he was still ranked at like number 5 or 6 when he came in to fight Yuri Prohaska. And Yuri disposed of Volkan Ozdemir, folks, like that. He disposed of it. The power, freakish athlete, folks. So long, yeah, but he's built here, yeah, and he's so long from his legs, so unpredictable. You can't read him, and he came in with a reputation, rising light heavyweight champion. You know, the guy was finishing everybody. He had already a household name resume, yeah, folks, at Rising in the Grand Prix. The guy's a beast. So Dominic Reyes, folks, is coming in probably off the most, uh, you could say, off a difficult period. All right. So he comes in after that light heavyweight championship bout with Jan Blachowicz, where he sort of said, you know what, where he got KO'd by Jan. And knowing what we know now about the champion Jan Blachowicz, I don't really, I'm not upset about that. But Dominic, obviously, Dom Reyes is. And I think Dom has everything it takes to be champion. We saw what he did against John Jones. So, and that was 2 fights. That was a fight before Jan. So he fought John Jones, took John to a decision when most fans thought that he probably won the fight 4 rounds or 3 rounds to 2, compared to the fight with Jan where he got knocked out quick. So Dom Reyes, folks, is coming in on a very difficult period of momentum. Is his momentum high coming into it? Is it low coming into this fight? Who the hell knows? And basically, when you get fighters like Dominic Reyes, folks, they're very, elite level ranked fighter, a guy who, even if he's lost 2 in a row, will still be ranked in the top 4. So, having said that, he's going to be met with tough, tough, tough challenges on his way back to the belt. And considering where Anthony Smith is now, and considering where Maheta Thiago Santos is, and Alexander Rakic, that 205 division is going to just get hotter and hotter and hotter as the years go on. And with Jan as the champion, who the hell knows, man? We saw what Jan did to Israel Adesanya. Israel weighed in what? It's 190 something, 201 pounds or some shit like that. Guys, and Israel took Jan to the limit. So he did sort of expose a bit of Jan striking. I have to say, but it's Israel Adesanya, man, probably the best striker in mixed martial arts. Apart from Alex Poatan Pereira, probably who's defeated Israel, one of the best kickboxers in the world. There are a lot of great strikers, to be honest, folks. I mean, striking is it's so unpredictable to read, and there's fighters who have different builds, different styles of using their hands, using their feet, using their knees, using their elbows. You never know, man. So yeah, folks, Israel Adesanya was Jan's last fight, and then this weekend, Dominic Reyes will take on Yuri Prohaska, as described by yours truly. So, folks, when we talk about martial arts, I wanna just deviate from MMA a little bit, and I want to break down MMA a little. You know what I mean? So you have one championship, you have the kickboxing, and you have the Muay Thai divisions. All right. Um, oh, fights that I love watching. I love it because of the mentality that Chatri, the owner of ONE FC, sort of installs in his fighters, is a warrior spirit. It's that martial arts warrior spirit that you fight to win, but you fight with respect for your opponent. And we see nothing but respect between opponents at one championship, not unless you're Rene Dorida against Ong La In Sang. So, so we saw a bit of a passing on the torch, folks. Passing on the torch at ONE FC on TNT4 yesterday, where Ong La In Sang, folks, a legend, Burmese Python, the pioneer of ONE FC, went for his rematch for the light heavyweight championship, and he was defeated by Rene Dorida, 14-0 now. The guy's a got like 9 submission wins to his record. He was a beast, man. He's a beast, and I think a guy that talented, I wouldn't be mad if I was the Burmese Python folks, because really, you will meet someone as talented or even more talented than you, um, which you should not be, which should really just kick you up the arse after you lose to the guy, or or during the fight, should really kick you up the arse. Never take any fight too lightly, folks. That's what I'm gonna say to our young fighters out there. Don't take any opponent too lightly. Don't underestimate anybody. So you have that. You have one championship, kickboxing and one FC. You got kickboxing and Muay Thai and one FC. And then, folks, you got Glory Kickboxing. And then, folks, another promotion that you really need to follow for striking. Any fans of martial arts out here will love that. Will love this to add to their viewing pleasure, if you will. Any martial arts fan. Karate Combat. Bro, Karate Combat, yeah, folks, is amazing. It is absolutely spectacular, yeah? There's no cage, there's no ring. Yeah? So what you have is that you have these barricades, yeah? You have these like barricades, you have these rails that lean over like this, and that sort of makes up a ring, right? It sort of makes up a ring. And so what these guys do is they enter together. There's no walkout, nothing, yeah? Enter together like this, face each other. It's like a real karate competition, right? Yeah, folks, it's paying homage, paying tribute, paying appreciation to one of the oldest martial arts styles alive. Okay, of all time, and the first one I learned to do was karate. Yeah, folks, and I've always had a passion for martial arts, and to see Karate Combat, my eyes are like this. Because I'm like, bro, we got Muay Thai. We see Muay Thai at 1FC. We see kickboxing at Glory. And now Karate Combat. See, martial arts in itself, yeah, folks, is taking on a whole new meaning. It's redefining the whole this generation of combat sports. I think the way they do it, and spectated martial arts competitions live on BR, live on Bleacher, live on Facebook, live on YouTube, live on Insta, Twitter, however they do it. I think it sort of it's educational to young fighters, to young kids as well, who do karate and stuff, and they don't really take it. And it could be educational to anybody, trying to get out of a bad path or anything, to watch martial arts on right in front of your face, spectate, showed, and displayed beautifully. Yeah, it's educational. It's not barbaric. It's education. Yeah, it's like MMA. Most fans, most people don't really understand MMA. They really just watch UFC just to watch Conor McGregor or something like that. Something stupid, like casual fans. Yeah, but if they really, got out of that stupid mindset and they focused on what actually makes up MMA, different styles, I think a lot more appreciation would be had for it, and a lot of fans will be into it for the right reasons instead of the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? And so when I see it, I'm like, wow, when I saw Karate Combat today, I'm like, cool. I got so much shit to watch. I got one FC, Muay Thai kickboxing divisions. I got Glory Kickboxing to watch, which is also available on UFC Fight Pass. I got Karate Combat to watch. I mean, you can't get any better than that shit, folks. And you got Quintet, you got Submission Underground, if you're Submission Wrestling fans, if you're Submission fans, folks, and grappling fans. Man, martial arts doesn't get any better than that. So, folks, we're about to do the particulars right now for Tyler Diamond. So he is our guest tonight on episode 18 of MMA Reloaded on the mic. You know what time it is. We are on the mic, folks. So let's just do that. Don't go anywhere. Don't stop your videos. Go get a drink, go get some snacks or something, because it's going to be a real deal show with some real deal shit. Man, folks, whenever I talk about martial arts, when you saw me, I get sidetracked because I get excited. You know what I'm saying? It's so exciting, man. And to be honest, folks, I am tonight, folks, is PFL. It's PFL number 2, man. Um, and we got some real fights coming up, man. Seeing as we got Tyler Diamond on the show tonight, folks, I want to just talk about PFL 2. It's coming on tonight, folks. The welterweights and the light heavyweights will compete, folks. So both 2019 season champion Ray Cooper III and two-time and two-season champ Emiliano Sordi, yeah, folks, will be competing tonight as well, folks. Both guys have tough tests. Emiliano Sordi has MMA veteran, sort of like a battle-tested legend in Chris Camozzi up his sleeve, folks. And then for Emiliano Sordi, yeah, folks, we're gonna just check who for Ray Cooper III. Let me check who Ray is fighting because I kind of forgot. It's kind of sad, I know. So Ray Cooper, folks, will be fighting a French veteran, Jason Poney. Now, folks, Jason has over 30 pro fights under his belt. He's fought all over Europe in Cage Warriors as well, and on the UK scene. So he is a very well-traveled fighter, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing what he brings to the 2019 champion, to the PFL legend and Ray Cooper III. So I don't think Ray's gonna give his championship defense up that easily. You know what I mean? He's gonna go for that that repeat, man, no doubt about it. So also tonight, folks, you got Sadibou Sy against Alex Sakin, Nikolai Alexakin, that is, folks. And Alex Sakin is, he's coming in with a great record. He's coming in ready to rumble, man. This guy's a beast in the cage. And as for Sadibou Sy, folks, if you don't know who he is, yeah, he's a PFL veteran as well, folks. I think competed back in the 2018 competition as well as 2019. He is an absolute beast. One of the best strikers in terms of timing. So the timing of his strikes are amazing. They're amazing, bro. And you know what? When he fights, yeah, when he fights, he is so calculated, so smart. in there, folks. And don't forget, yeah, folks, if you're not familiar with the PFL scoring, each winner gets 3 points. But if you get a finish, you get 6 points. So, man, don't be surprised, folks, here if you see fighters going for that finish right here, man. Here tonight, folks, you got Rory MacDonald against Curtis Melender, folks. Two veterans of this sport, two guys who have fought probably two, of course, Rory MacDonald, former Bellator welterweight champion, and of course, a long-time member of the UFC top 4 welterweight rankings, went into a fight for the ages against Robbie Lawler, folks, for the belt. I think we all remember that one, man. It was a bloodbath. It was a war. So I'm very excited to see what Rory MacDonald has in store tonight. Will he be like Anthony Pettis and take time to settle into the PFL cage? Or will he go for the kill straight off the bat? Melender is a very good striker, very well-timed on the feet, so experienced in knocking guys out with his knees, his elbows. He's so long, he can bring a knee up and just knock you out just like that. And then, folks, in the light heavyweight division, yeah, you got Jordan Young. Not even Jordan Young. You got Cara de Sapato, Antonio Carlos Jr., folks. Yeah, the Brazilian, the MMA, the UFC veteran. Yeah, folks, who was once a member of the top 10 ranked at middleweight. He faces off against another UFC veteran and a guy who made a transition to professional wrestling, competing at Major League Pro Wrestling. Filthy Tom Lawler, folks. So we're gonna see how how Filthy Tom Lawler swings back into the MMA scene, and we're gonna see how Antonio Carlos Jr. transitions to being in PFL, coming straight out the UFC, a very successful career in the UFC. And then, folks, you're gonna see both guys are finishers, and we saw what happened with Clay Collard and Anthony Pettis. Who knows? Filthy Tom, folks, has a right hand from hell. If he clocks Cara de Sapato with that right hand, yeah, man like ACJ is going down, folks. Then we got a guy I'm very excited to see, Jordan Young. So Jordan Young, folks, is he's actually, I think, one of the best prospects in this season of PFL. I actually enjoy watching Jordan Young fight. This guy's a submission specialist. He's got everything you want to be a champion in mixed martial arts. Yeah, folks. He's 11-1 in his career. Had a great career at Bellator, but felt it wasn't going anywhere. In my opinion, it wasn't. He deserved a championship shot. And that's where I have a problem with some of Bellator's matchmaking, but they give it to the needy instead of the deserving. So he had all of his first 11 wins, folks, by submission, apart from 2. So he had 9 wins by submission, and he had 2 by decision. So, folks, he's 11-1 right now in his career. Makes his PFL debut after a very successful Bellator career, folks. And that competing on that big stage, Jordan Young is going to have a very natural transition competing at PFL. So, folks, that's the deal. That's the lowdown for tonight. PFL MMA 2021 is back in action, folks, with their second fight night of the regular season this year. So it's going to be as I just described for you, it's going to be a great night of fights. So tune in, folks, or you can catch the highlights on Instagram of some of the fights, or you can catch it, folks, on Facebook Live as well. So PFL MMA are also they also do clips and highlights on Facebook Live, so you can catch it there too. So, folks, as we go on, and we just eagerly await that anticipation for Tyler Diamond to come through. It's not that long now, folks. We're in the midst of fight week. Yeah, folks, it's Thursday night right now. I hope you guys are keeping safe still with coronavirus. I just want to take a moment out um, to say prayers and give condolences to all my to all my guys and to everyone in India. Of course, I'm Indian, folks. If you guys haven't noticed, um, so so I know how bad it is, and some of my family members um, are also in the hospital with coronavirus. So I'm actually, folks, my prayers, everything goes out to the people of India. I hope everyone keeps safe. Yeah. Um, them restrictions may be lifted, but Lord knows it's not done. Lord knows it's not done yet. Yeah. Enjoy life, man. Enjoy spending time with your family. Enjoy it, folks. Enjoy it. Honestly, there is. It's a. My dad always used to say, yeah, and he still says it to me now. It's a small world. You know what I mean? And so, being a small world, um, you have to grab every second by the horns and hump it into submission. You know, you gotta spend time with your loved ones, man. It's just the way it is. So, ladies and gentlemen, having said that, folks, um, Fight Week Saw is a very exciting time for us here in mixed martial arts. And folks, it's an exciting time to be an MMA Reloaded fan as well. So, apart from those two teas we got, you can go on MMAReloaded.co.uk. Yeah, um, you can bust our tees, you can bust hoodies, um, and our new accessories on there as well, folks, including a duffel bag for your gym and travel needs, including a mug so you can drink your coffee, you can drink your tea, you can Irish it up in style. Uh, and then you can also buy an insulated water bottle over there, folks. One of the posh ones, one of the fancy joints. Always keeps your water cold. No matter where you are, it is it's a great gift for birthdays, great gift for Christmas. Shit, I know we only in April. Yeah, I don't want to think that far ahead. You know what I'm saying? Um, so it is a fantastic gift here, folks, to give to your loved ones. And Tyler Diamond's here, folks. Let's do this. Hey, man. Hey, Tyler.
Hey, what's going on, brother?
What's going on, man? How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man. It looks like a lovely day where you are, brother.
Yeah, yeah. It's nice and sunny. It's a little hotter than I want it to be, but it's a nice day nonetheless.
Are you in the PFL bubble right now, bro? Or you in California right now, right?
Yeah, I'm back home in California. Thankfully, I'm
Damn.
tired of being there. That's for sure. I was there too long.
How was that experience for you, man?
Say it again.
How was that experience for you, brother, to be in the PFL bubble, man?
I got to sneeze. The sun. It wasn't bad, but I didn't particularly enjoy it. I mean, 17 days stuck in a hotel room with just 2 floors to go on. Like, I don't know. I would have much rather been home and just flew out 5 days before. That's for sure.
Yeah. Was that an option for fighters, or was it mandatory to go into the PFL bubble and stay there, bro?
Yeah, I guess some of the international fighters just got to stay there. Man, I feel bad for them, but honestly, maybe the bubble is better for them to be there than some of their own countries. Maybe I don't know all of their situations, so
yeah,
I'm just happy to be home. That's for sure.
Man, I can bet that, man. I can bet that 100%, bro. So bro, I've been following you, yeah, since the Ultimate Fighter, yeah, bro, and I'm sure most fans have as well, man. So, for those fans who don't know who Tyler Diamond is, bro, how did it start for you in MMA and combat sports, man?
It kind of just organically happened for me. Like I wrestled growing up in high school, and then I had some buddies that started fighting after they got done with high school, and they kind of just invited me to train because, you know, I was really tough and I wanted to learn how to box and do jiu-jitsu. So I just started doing it in high school, and then I ended up just fighting as an amateur right after I graduated high school, and it just kind of all organically happened for me. One thing led to another, and then here I am.
How was it, bro, transitioning from a wrestling background and then being able to round out your skills into MMA, bro? Was it a hard transition to well round out your skills, or was it did it take you quite a bit of time?
Yeah, I felt like overall it's actually a fairly easy transition. There's like all combat sports are interconnected in some way, but I feel like there's a lot of similarities with wrestling. I don't know. I just felt like wrestling was the best base for anyone, but especially for me transitioning over to everything else. I think it made everything a lot easier for me.
Yeah, man. 100%, bro. So the PFL journey, bro. So you hadn't fought before PFL 1 since 2019 October. Yeah, bro. So how did that PFL journey come about, man? How, from when you got the call to get signed?
Yeah, so I signed with PFL in early 2020, and when I signed with them, the plan was to fight in May. So I pretty much started getting ready for my fight right away, and then soon after they announced that they were canceling the season. I was really bummed, but you know, I just had to control what I could control, and that was, you know, my actions and my reaction to the situation. So I just decided to look at other avenues, at sources of income. You know, like I became a really good business owner because I own a meal prep company. Like I learned all the ins and outs that I needed to learn that I probably wouldn't have been able to if I was in fight camp. Nice. And I went and got my real estate license. Like I just did all this outside. I started doing construction. Like I just started doing all this outside stuff, and then I continued training. And you know, time always passes. So I knew the time would pass, and my time would come again. And here it is. Here we are in the thick of the season now.
Yeah, man. And I guess during coronavirus and during the prime of COVID-19, you had to do something to carry on, right, bro? You had to do something to keep that regular income coming in, you know, and you did that, man. You know, construction and real estate, meal prep, bro. That's actually going through the ringer right there, man.
Yeah, I mean, you have two options: it's to sink or swim, you know. And I'm never gonna sink, that's for sure. I'll always find a way. I'll always adapt. So, it was just one of those things where, you know, life throws you a monkey wrench, and you gotta figure out what to do.
Yeah, man, for sure, bro. And what are your thoughts on PFL, bro, as a brand compared to fighting in the UFC, or compared to fighting regionally, bro, in some of the smaller promotions? How do you what are your thoughts on some of the PFL layout? Yeah, bro.
I think that PFL is top notch. I think that my experience with PFL has been very similar to the UFC in terms of professionalism. Mm-hmm. I think that the PFL has some of the toughest fighters in the world that a lot of people may not know about.
Yeah.
I mean, you just saw it firsthand last weekend. I mean, Anthony Pettis, former UFC champ, top 5 in UFC, just got beat by a guy who is relatively unknown in the grand scheme of things, you know. So, and I think you're going to see a lot more of that throughout the season. I think that, you know, I mean, you can make the argument too. Like I had a super close fight with Bryce Mitchell, who's now ranked 11th in the world. You know, like just there's some of the toughest fighters in the world at PFL, and it's a professional organization, and I think they're on the come up for sure.
And what are your thoughts in terms of like them being as interactive as they are with the scoring and the fight stats being shown live and direct to the fans? What are your thoughts on that, Tyler? Does it give the fans a bit more education as they watch the fight?
Yeah, I like the fact. Hold on, babe. I honestly like what they're doing. It's something new. And like you said, it is more interactive for the fans. And I think you can't follow the UFC's league. You know, like if you want to become the UFC or surpass them, you have to do new things. You have to be innovative. You have to try new things. And I think that's what the PFL is doing. And I think they're on the right track.
Yeah, man, for sure, boy. I want to talk about, of course, your first fight, man. PFL 1, you beat Joe Sung Bin. Yeah, bro. Knowing what you knew about the scoring and that you went in there to get 6 points for a finish, for a win, what was your strategy coming into that fight, man? Did you know a lot about Joe coming into the fight?
I knew a fair amount because his last 2 fights were on YouTube. You know, number one is you always got to get the win. You got to get 2 checks. So number one was I wanted to get the win, obviously. And then number 2 is I just wanted to fight intelligently. I didn't want to try to force the finish. I knew that the finish could present itself if I fought tactically and patiently. I think in hindsight, looking back, I think I could have gotten the fight down to the ground a lot more. And I think I probably could have gotten the finish on the ground, to be honest, looking back. But you don't know these things prior to going in, you know, like you have an idea of how you think the fight's going to go and how you think your opponent, how strong or anything they are till you get in there with them. So it's easy to look back and say, oh, I maybe should have tried this, but you just never know.
Well, how do you feel about when fighters do fight small like that? To whether, you know, because we see it a lot of times where, you know, fighters do use their brain instead of their more times than they use brawn, you know what I mean? And sort of do what brings them to the dance. And you did that against Joe with your wrestling, man, you know, because he came out and he sort of you weathered the storm. You took him down. Was that your strategy going into to weather his storm and see how the fight plays out, or did you have a clear game plan going in?
I didn't think there was ever going to be a storm, personally. If you've watched, his last UFC fight, like he ran away from David Tamer the whole time, which I thought it was super strange. I don't know if he had an injury going into that fight or whatever, but like he really didn't try and fight Tamer till the 3rd round. It was very odd, but so I didn't think a storm was ever going to come. I mean, I didn't know how he was going to fight. You know, I didn't know if he was going to come after me or if he was going to run away the whole time like he did against Tamer. But as you saw, he tried bringing it. He tried coming after me, you know. So like I said, I wasn't trying to expect anything. I wasn't trying to expect that I'd take him down or I'd outstrike him and this and that. I was just trying to fight tactically smart and see where the fight took me, and wherever it went, I was going to be comfortable with that.
And how did you feel coming back after 2019, bro? Because that was your last fight before this, man. How did you feel coming back? Were you training the whole time apart from doing your businesses, bro? Or were you take some time off from training during that time?
Yeah, I stayed fairly consistent. Like if you wanna be on the top in this game, you gotta be consistent. So I was fairly consistent with my training. Instead of training twice a day, I only had time to train once a day. But man, I've been training at such a high level for so long. I do better when I train less when I'm out of fight camp anyway, if that makes any sense. Yes. When I'm in fight camp, obviously I'm going 2 to 3 times a day. Like I have to, you got to put in that work. But yeah, when I was out of fight camp, I was just training once a day, staying on top of things, staying sharp. And yeah, I really feel like I utilized my time wisely, not only in fighting to develop my game, but outside of it as well. So I'm happy with everything. I think I've done all the right things to set myself up for success.
And what is the difference, bro? So you know, when a fighter trains for a fight camp compared to when they train just in general as their routine day to day, what the differences, bro, between the two? Do you sort of up your game a lot more during fight camp with your diet and gym routine, bro?
Yeah, I mean, you kind of hit the nail on the head there. The only real differences between being in fight camp and out of fight camp is number 1 is my diet. And then number 2 is how much effort I put toward the cardio. If I don't have a fight coming up, like I don't need to amp up the cardio per se. Like I'm more focused on utilizing the cardio time toward building my technique. And then when I'm in fight camp, I might tone down the technique and gear more of my training toward the cardio. But there's a lot of things where you can do where you're working both, you know, like when you're drilling hard, like you're not focused on just building your cardio. You're also focused on getting better and staying sharp. But so there's a lot of things where you can intertwine the both of them. So there's not, to be honest, there's not a huge difference between being in fight camp and out of fight camp other than your focus shifts, really.
Yeah, man. And so when you were in fight camp this time, bro, did you do anything different to prepare for PFL, or were you consistent with your normal routine?
Yeah, I did do one thing a little different, and that was I got some of my old school training back into my fight camp. What I mean by that is, you know, a lot of people back in the day, a lot of boxers, they ran like every single day before training. I did some super hard runs this whole fight camp. Like I did at the early fight camp, I did like long duration, like 8, 9, 10 milers. And then as I got closer to the fight, I did a lot more sprint specific stuff. So in my hometown of Orville, there's this run that I do, and it's hell. It's only 2.5 miles, but it's 2.5 miles of pure hell. It's uphill the whole way, and I do it for time. And every single week, I would try and beat my time. Nice. And every single week, I did beat my time. And I wear a heart rate monitor, and the whole time, my heart rate is like an average like 188 beats per minute, which is like through the roof, you know. Yeah. And I do that, and the run take the fastest I ever did that run was 19 minutes and like 19 seconds or something. But you know, that's 19 minutes straight of my heart being pressed to the mat all the time, especially. But I only do it once a week. But it's really good mentally. It lets me know, like, hey man, you can push it for 20 minutes straight, like as hard as you can. And this is how you're going to feel afterwards. And I never felt that bad, and I recovered really quick. And it just gave me the mental, strength to know, like, hey, you can freaking push it as hard as you can all 3 rounds, and you're going to be fine.
Oh, bro, you look great. You look great going into that fight, man, at PFL 1. Yeah, you didn't tire out. He looked like he tired out quite a few times, and that's when you took control of him on the ground. And so how important is cardio in mixed martial arts? But of course, that's a sort of a dumb question coming from me, man. But you know, when you're fighting 3 rounds, when you're fighting 5 rounds, yeah, but how important is it during fight camp to keep consistent on your cardio training, man?
It's everything. Cardio is everything. And you get better cardio, the better that you eat, the more water you drink, the better you take care of your body, and the more rest that you make sure you give yourself. That's number one. Cardio is number one. Cardio is above everything.
Yeah, 100%.
You know, because not every fight is the first, second round. A lot of people are freaking tough, especially as you climb the ladder. And as you saw, you know, I had a 3-round war, and I needed that cardio at the end, and that cardio is what helped me prevail. You know, he hurt me, but I have a good chin, I have good cardio, I recovered quick, and then I finished the fight strong. And in fact, that damn ref should have stopped that fight in the 3rd round. I should definitively be in 2nd place right now. Like 100%. I thought at the time, I didn't know if he should have stopped it or not, but looking back, watching it from an outsider, I definitely.
Yep.
You there?
Yeah, man, I'm here,
Sorry,
bro. Hello?
Sorry, you keep cutting out.
Yeah, man, you too, bro. There you go.
That sucks. I have good signal where I'm at, but I'm not connected to Wi-Fi, so I'm out running errands right now. I I have to get my car smogged. I've been out of town.
Okay. Oh,
Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, that's a lot better, bro. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, banger. But yeah, Tyler, man, how did that? How important, bro? Following up from how important cardio is, how important is a mental game to a mixed martial artist? Because a lot of people say that it's 90% mental and 10% physical. Yeah, bro. Is that true?
Yeah. I said cardio is number one, and from a physical standpoint, it is. But from an overall spectrum of a fight game, the mentality is the most important thing, because you can be the most talented guy, you can have the best cardio, but if you don't believe in yourself, or you don't, truly think that you belong in there, then you're dead in the water before you even step in there. So mentality is number one, and that's your mentality is I think a lot of people are born with mentalities, to be honest, but I think it is something that can be developed, and the harder you train in your fight camp, the tougher and stronger your mindset's going to be going in, certainly. So if you know that you did the work, then you take comfort in knowing, hey, I'm going to this fight fully prepared. But if you didn't do the work and you chose to take some days off, and that, then deep down inside, that's when that doubt starts creeping in.
100%. And so, bro, you were undefeated 10-0. Yeah, bro, at one point in your career, and after suffering the first loss, man, how did you feel, and how did that play in your mind mentally to come back from that first loss?
Yeah, I just made a conscious choice of not letting it hinder me, really,
Fuck. Tyler, brother, shit. What the fuck's going on here, man? Honestly, this is fucking stupid. What the fuck is actually happening? Shit.
We rattle off 10 matches in a row after that. So no. I just kept telling myself, hey, keep doing the right things, keep working hard, and good things will happen. And they have.
Yeah, they have. No, fuck yeah, man, they have. 100%. So when we see fighters that do get their first loss and that were undefeated at one point in their career, but don't come back as strong as they would like to mentally, how do you feel when you see something like that, bro? Does that just play on the fighter itself, or is it more a physical thing, man, that they just get slack and lazy with their training?
I think that for everyone it's a little different. Some people fall into rhythmic patterns, it's hard to explain, but they've lost a certain way, and then they lose that certain way again, and then it ends up happening again, and they just get a mental roadblock. And then other times, it's just physical, whether someone got complacent or they just have gotten lazy. Everyone's different, and everyone has a different deal going on. I think for the top fighters in the world that get in slumps, I think most of the time it's just a mental thing. And if you're Chris Weidman, it's just pure bad luck. So,
man, fuck, bro. I mean, he had only won one fight in his last 5. Yeah, and he comes back.
Yeah,
and breaks his leg, bro. And I was absolutely bamboozled. I was shocked, bro, when that shit.
Yeah, that was wild. That I feel so bad. That guy's got the worst luck I've ever seen lately. That's for sure.
And so when we see, so bro, at the moment you're training at Team Alpha Male, right, Tyler, in Sacramento, yeah?
Yeah. Yep.
Bro, how is that? How is that atmosphere for you, man, when you go to train at TAM?
Yeah, it's great. It's if I want to be successful, it's where I need to be. There's a lot of people that make me better there every single day. I mean, obviously I don't need to rattle off every single big name that we have there. Like, I mean, everywhere you look, there's a good, talented guy, you know? And I'm just happy that I'm one of the top dogs in the gym now. Like, it took me years to get there, but even though I'm one of the top guys, I'm still the nail some days. But that's why I love being there, right? I don't want to be somewhere where I'm the hammer every single day. Like, there's days where, you know, I dominate, and then there's other days where I get my butt freaking kicked by everybody, you know? And that's what's beautiful about our team. If you want to be the best in the world, you got to be somewhere like that.
And you got your teammate as well, bro, at PFL as well, man. Lance Palmer, and Lance is Lance was the lightweight champion in 2019. Yeah, well, how does that make you feel, man, to have Lance there with you at PFL as well, bro?
Makes me feel great. Lance is a good friend of mine, and he's a world class competitor.
Yeah,
Won it 2 years in a row.
yeah, 2 years. Yeah.
And dude, he's one of the best in the world. He's a good guy to learn from, and good guy to pick his brain. He's been there, done that in this sport, and happy to be along with him in this journey.
Yeah, man. No, I can imagine, bro. And is there certain training partners at Team Alpha Male that you train with, or do you guys sort of just like mix it up and train with each other?
You there? My phone messing up again?
Yeah, it was, bro. But I think if you can hear me,
I train with, to be honest, like, say it again.
If you can hear me, bro, I think we're all good. Yeah, bang.
Yeah, I can hear you. There's no one in particular, to be honest, that I train with. It's just, dude, I mean, it's like I could train there for 2 weeks straight and train with someone new every single day.
Yeah.
And that's the beauty of it. So I try and take advantage of that and try and get as many different looks as I can every time I'm down there.
Yeah, man. And how important is that for a fighter, bro, to mix up sparring partners and training partners? Because you can learn different things, right, man? You can learn, you can pick up different maneuvers, different techniques,
Totally.
And you can pick some.
I think that it's the best for your fight IQ, because you learn how to make different reads and adjustments on different body types and different fighting styles. I think that's the most important thing with having a variety of training partners.
That's it. Yeah, bro. And then, bro, and as I'm sure most fans will recognize you and know you more from the Ultimate Fighter. Yeah, bro, and you competed on the Ultimate Fighter, undefeated season. You were 9-0 at the time, I believe, bro. And how was that experience for you, man? Because you were coached by Stipe Miocic and Daniel Cormier. How was that experience for you, bro? Oh shit.
It was a good experience. For me, it was just an opportunity to get into the UFC. So I'm a guy who's all about taking opportunities in life and you get them, and that was one of my opportunities. Yeah. So I took it. It was a good opportunity. I should have won it, but things happen, you know. Life throws you curveballs, and so I didn't end up winning it, but you know, everything happens for a reason, and I'm where I'm at today because of all that. So I'm happy with where I am now and what I got going.
So, did you feel any pressure coming in there, Tyler, knowing that everyone else in that house was just as good as you were? Yeah, bro, I'm here, man. I'm here, bro.
Okay, you there?
Um,
Okay.
Did you feel? Yeah.
No, I didn't feel a ton of pressure. I was just very confident I was gonna win it. Like in my eyes, it was like I'm gonna win the show. I'm gonna be in the UFC. I'm gonna change my life, and that's it. And that was the only option for me.
Yeah.
So no pressure necessarily. I just tried enjoying it, to be honest.
Yeah, man. And so, because you had so many world-class guys in there, bro. You had Joe Giannetti, Mike Trezano, Bryce Mitchell in there, bro. So it must have been one hell of a time for you in the tough house.
Yeah, there's a lot of super talented guys. No shortage of training partners, that's for sure. So it was good. I still felt like I was the best one there, you know. And I got picked number one for that reason. But I learned little tips and tricks here and there, so that was cool.
And bro, I actually thought you were one of the perennial favorites at that time, man. You and Brad Katona. I thought one of you two guys were going to win it at the time. But yeah, man. I guess you're a better fighter now because of that experience and those experiences, bro. So Tyler, bro, just to wrap it up, man. I guess who were some of your inspirations coming into mixed martial arts, man?
You know, I'd have to say one of the biggest ones, a Faber.
Yep.
Enough I'm on his team now, but you know, growing up, like I knew I was going to be a smaller guy, and he was smaller guy fighting, and him and Kid Yamamoto and like Dominic Cruz later on, they all kind of like, and then Frankie Edgar too as well. All those guys kind of sport and have a place, but iconic to me in my eyes growing up. So I'd have to say Uriah.
Yeah, man. No, 100%, bro. 100%, man. And I think you're right, man. With Kid Yamamoto, I haven't heard that name in a long time, bro, since he passed away. But yeah, man, 100%. That guy's a legend. And Uriah, you can't say
Absolutely.
anything. You can't say anything more about Uriah, man. Pioneer at 135.
Yep, absolutely.
So Tyler, bro, I wanna thank you so much, bro, for coming on the show. It's been great having you, man.
Yeah, absolutely, brother. Thank you, and we'll catch up soon.
No, yeah, definitely, bro. 100%, bro. I'd love to catch up with you once again, man. It was a pleasure chatting with you, my bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. You have a good one, all right?
You too, brother. You too, man.
You too, brother.